There are things that I do in this tutorial that I hope you will try on your next art journal page or mixed media piece. Hi, I'm Creative Katie, Karen Burchill. Welcome to my channel. So on this page, I'm using this cutout from a Stamperia scrapbook pad. It's a large piece, and when you look at it, you see blue. So in this video, I am going to change the color scheme somewhat. So I'm working on a 9x12 Canson Mixed Media art journal page. It's been gessoed. Here's my focal image from the Stamperia scrapbook pad, and I've got some stamps that coincide with that. I first and foremost want to create a background that works with this. So I pulled out some stencils. This one's called Leafy Vines. This one that kind of tie into some of the patterning that I see in my focal image. So that's what you need to do. If you don't have the exact perfect match, like these stamps, look at what you have and see how it reads. Before I put any color on the page, I just want to break the page and get some Oriental Japanese motif. This is, bamboo. I'm just putting black acrylic paint on it, and I'm adding some of this patterning, textural interest as my first layer. Some of this is going to shine through, some of it won't, and that's okay. Part of it is about breaking that page, not dealing with the stark white of it. So, throw something on and then you can keep going. Now, there's this light ivory, unbleached titanium on here. And so I'm keeping my background neutral. I've mixed the unbleached titanium with some white gesso, and I'm just going on top of that first stamped layer of the bamboo. I'm not trying to make this all one tone. In fact, I prefer it not being one tone. Now, because my focal image is fairly large, not a lot of this is going to be shown. A lot of this background is going to end up being covered. So I'm pulling it back and forth on there and just seeing how it looks on here. Just adding more layers, increasing the depth. Then I grab this stencil and I take some cadmium, nope, alizarin crimson and purple, gray purple, and I mix it with the stencil brush, and I'm just adding this motif on here. Remember I said with my focal image, I want to bring out the purple. I want to subdue the blue and the red, which is the usual color zone with that Stamperia pad, and I want to kind of bring out that purple. So that's what I'm trying to do. So here I'm creating a background that reads well with my focal image. So here's my gray purple and my alizarin crimson. I've mixed it, and I'm just adding this here and there. That little bit of color in the background is enough. Too much color in the background would take away from the focal image, and the focal image is beautifully colored, so I want it to be the star of the page. Then I have this other stencil, and it's got some Japanese letters on there. So I've grabbed some black paint with my stencil brush, and I'm just going to stencil that on the background. Some interesting marks, and adding the black gives you that contrast. I'm not trying to make it so perfectly black. Some of it looks more gray in places. My goal here, making an Oriental background that reads and goes well with the focal image that I've selected. Now you can go on to some coloring websites, get other printables that work with this if you don't have the Stamperia scrapbook page. That's not required. Just that little bit of purple in the background is reading with the belt or sash that she has in the middle. There's that very little bit of purple, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to add more to that background, to that focal image that's really going to bring out that purple and make that the overriding color. So you can see the bamboo from that first stamping that I did. We've got the purple stenciling that we did, and now the black stenciling. I'm putting the image there and just filling in where I think I need it. So here's where I wanted to add a little more color to that page. And I grabbed a colored coffee filter. This has purple, navy, and probably alizarin crimson. The one side had a pattern. The back side, you don't see so much of that pattern, and I like it. Do you notice how that's really bringing out the purple from the focal image? It's grounding the focal image. It almost looks like she's holding an umbrella. It really sets off that focal image. So I'm just now going to glue this down with my fluid matte medium. And this is just a coffee filter that I've put paint on, most likely leftover paint from a project, and I have this in my folder. And so off camera, I auditioned different colors and different coffee filters. And if I didn't have one that worked, I could have, at this point in time, made one going with that purple. But because I've got the navy, the purple, the alizarin crimson in there, it's just really multifaceted. And that's what you want. And that really ties in with those purple, red flower stenciling that I did. And now when you look at this, you see purple as the main color. Now the sash was a little faded. I wanted to bring out the purple. So I just grabbed some of that same color that I stenciled with, the alizarin crimson and the gray purple. And I'm just painting the sash, giving it a wash of color just to bring it more in connection with the other colors that I have. There's a little bit of purple here, so I'm just tweaking the color. Lots of times you'll see me overpainting the entire napkin or the entire focal image. Here, I'm just really overpainting the purple. That's what I want to bring out. And that's one of the things that I want you to try on your next art journal page. Taking maybe a very limited color, and by using a coffee filter, by putting some stenciling in the background, really bring out that color and change the overall look. So here I'm just kind of shading on the hair, adding some highlights, lowlights, a little bit of overpainting, but not a whole lot. For the most part, I've left the focal image the same. I've just developed that color story. Here I'm taking black acrylic paint, my angle brush, and I'm shading, adding some definition to this, making the focal image stand out from the background. Now, parts of this video have been sped up just to make it faster so you don't have to spend a lot of time. But from beginning to end of this page was just a little more than 30 minutes. So this was a very quick, easy page to develop. So here I'm just adding a little bit more shading, bringing out the lines of her clothing, the fan, her face. But using the collage paper, the coffee filter collage paper, having that at the ready. So I have a bunch of coffee filters by my side, and whenever I have leftover paint, I put it on the coffee filter, then they get filed by like colors, and then I can just pull them and use them. It's one less step that you have to do, and often these are the coffee filters that are quite spectacular. Now I'm shading around that coffee filter to make it stand out a little bit more. I think that coffee filter works as well because there's this high contrast between the color in the coffee filter and the very light neutral background. I will link the video where I show how to create some DIY designer coffee filter collage papers. And I highly encourage you to build your stash with some coffee filters. They make amazing collage papers. So I'm just shading around the outside here, framing the page. This is just all part and parcel of the finishing stage. This is a Moments and Memories sentiment pack. I picked out a couple and I'm just going to audition. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. I have like how it's at the top and coming down. It makes your eyes go all the way. And then I have a secondary one to audition. Usually, pick 2 or 3 and then audition them, make your decision. Don't give yourself too many options. This needs to be cut. And for some reason, I end up choosing this one just because I thought fewer words worked better, more simplistic. So this is from my Moments and Memories sentiment pack. These are available for purchase as digital downloads. You can shrink it, you can blow them up so they will fit every single page, and then you can cut them like you see me doing here to fit the page perfectly. Or you can use them as I present them. But I've done all the word art for you. So I'm just gluing this down with fluid matte medium. Covering up her face, and I'm going to splatter with gold, especially that coffee filter. Those jewel tones there really show off the gold splatter. Grab my black Posca pen, and I'm just doing some line work here around the sentiment. I'm going to go around the page and around the coffee filter as well. It's a lot of times it's the little things that we're doing here in the finishing stages that really take a page from okay to wow. So don't underestimate the shading, line work part of the finishing of an art journal page. I'm just not trying to make them straight lines. I want to make them kind of sketchy. And I kind of ended up adding a double line, which on here you can't really see the difference, but in real life it does make a difference. If you like my channels, if you like my tutorials, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share this with your creative friends, and help me build my channel. And there is the finished page. I love it. I took a focal image that wasn't predominantly purple, and I've made purple the star of the page. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, go get creative.